All right, this is DJ REM on Rock Addict Radio, and I have SIMA on the line. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. First thing I want to do is I want to thank Shauna for hooking us up, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never heard of you. So
I
thank you to her.
know she's amazing. I know she's great. I'm glad that she sent you my stuff. That's great.
Yep. So she always hooks me up with some really killer bands. So when I heard your stuff, I was like, I want to interview her, please.
Oh, great. Thank you. I'm glad you like the stuff.
So, and I'm more of a metalhead, but I also enjoy a lot of other styles. And obviously you're more on the rock side. And I was like, you know what, this is good. So.
Yeah, it's great because it's still have a lot of it's not, you can really say that it's kind of a pop. It's popular music and all, but it's pretty kick-ass. It's rocking, and we have like sick guitars, driven guitars. It's very upbeat, so there's great, it's rock. So a lot of metal people that like metal like the stuff that I do, so it's all good.
Yeah. So why don't you start by just telling me what's going on with you right now?
Yeah, we just packaging my CD right now. We're getting all the artwork done, and I'm in the process of, getting the CD all ready to go. We have a release in May 1st. So I'm really getting stuff together and just pretty much getting this project, off the ground, and hopefully have people finally getting to hear what I was working on for a while.
What, are you going to have like a big CD release party kind of thing? And if you are, where are you doing that at?
I'm planning to do a release at the Swing House in Hollywood, and get in, like press and, industry people and some fans and friends, and just control, the party, and just really have things the way we wanted them to sound, and just have a great time, and, celebrate with our friends and fans and press. So that's the plan, to do like a little showcase release party.
Very cool. I wish you good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
So how long have you been doing this?
Doing music, you mean?
Yeah. I guess this project itself.
Yeah, I've been singing since I'm 10 years old, all my life pretty much. This project started in New York when I lived in New York, after I moved from Israel. And it just started really, it's nothing, the way that it sounded today just started of me writing and working with producers that I met in New York, and just really finding that sound, SIMA sound. And we tried so many different things, and I explored a lot of different type of music. And so this project's been going on for a while, but since I moved to Miami, after New York, 9 years in New York, I brought my producer from New York, and we just got things, like speed things up, and, got the musicians and put everybody in the studio and really got stuff, starting. And then when I moved to LA 3 years ago, I just kind of took it to another, level. It's like everything came to place here in LA, just really getting everything done. The last songs on the album, and just working with Mikey Doling on Suffering Is My Addiction, and, the last 3 songs, This Is My Truth, and The Life Inside of Me, and really getting the stuff done. And it was here in LA that it just kind of came to life.
So this album that you're getting ready to release, where did you, what studio did you use to record?
Oh, wow. Different songs in different places. Some stuff we did in Miami. Some stuff we did here at Mid-City Studios, some stuff we did at home recording studios. So it's always been, like we mix some stuff in Miami, we mix them with Tom Lodalgi, we mix some stuff here in LA, we send some stuff to Master in Sterling Sound in New York with Ted Jensen. So the process has just been like so interesting and long, and we had so many people like, having the stamp on it. So it's not necessarily one studio we did everything. So
no, sorry, go ahead.
No, just pretty much a bunch of different, studios.
That's cool. Do you want to mention who? Do you have like a main band that's with you all the time? Do you have like guest people? How does that go work for you?
Yeah, I have my own band, which I'm using to play live and some live recording. And the drummer right now is somebody that I kind of, my drummer is still in school, Teddy, and so it's kind of sometimes I get somebody else to replace him. But pretty much my guitar player, my bass player is those guys, Matt and John, that I use for all my shows, and they're pretty, involved in a project and amazing musicians.
So, what got you? You mentioned you've been singing since you're like 10. What got you into music though? What were your influences growing up? What kind of music did you listen to?
I mean, it's just, I don't know how it started. I just remember me singing. I just loved music. Like, since I'm very young, I was fascinated by the culture of the MTV culture, and I was watching tons of videos in Israel, like watching MTV all the time, and everything that was going on here in America always fascinated me. And I grew up with everything from classical rock to metal, because my sister, which I share a room with, is a big metalhead. So I had to, I've been forced to listen to a lot of metal because of her, and then I have influences from Pink Floyd to Led Zeppelin to The Doors to Radiohead and a lot of European stuff, and Bjork, which I love, and Alanis Morissette, and the Cranberries, and so many different stuff, and Metallica, and Pearl Jam, Nirvana. So everything that kind of was hot here in the States at the time, it was something that I was curious about and, interested about. Love to see a lot of documentaries with live music, and, my first concert was when I was 11 years old. The Deep Purple, my sister took me to see it. I was like a tiny little thing. So music always been a part of my life, and I was very involved with stuff in school and, like family events and all the festivals and competitions, and I love that. I love being on stage. I love performing. It was a part of me that I just loved. I like to express myself, and it was one way that I felt so natural and so freeing and, and powerful. And it just started from there, and I don't know, I just always wanted to come to the States. And so I remember myself, I always dreamed big. I wanted to be here I didn't know how it's going to come together, but I knew I want to be in America. And one day, just the opportunity came about, and I just left home and came to New York to visit, and then everything just, I couldn't go back to Israel.
Right. That's very cool. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So as you pursue this and all the hard work that goes into this, what kind of sacrifices have you had to make in your life to keep it rolling?
Oh, wow. I guess a lot of sacrifices. First of all, being away from my country and my family and my friends that I grew up with, being alone, not having certain resources and that people that are born here and raised in America had. Just really figuring things out for myself and being independent, and like you struggle, but you find ways to make things happen. And I feel like also language. I mean, English wasn't my first language, and it was not having something to fall on, like family or that can help you. For me, it was like I have to figure it out on my own. So it was like loneliness, I guess. The relationship always felt in this business kind of interesting to, I don't know, to keep or to find like depth and meaning, and people that really wanted to get to know you for who you are. And it's just and for me, it's a lot, Israel, New York, Miami, LA. So it's always been like that, looking for that, finding that dream or discover who you are. And I think my journey is kind of, it was so amazing, because every time I moved somewhere else, I had another step towards my career and towards finding who I am and discovering things about myself and what makes me happy and what works for me or not. So it's been a lot of sacrifices, money-wise, security, feeling safe. I chose a path that is not stable. As a woman, you want stability. You want to feel safe and have, family or, people around you, But for me, it was like me and finding family here. So that's been a big help, like having amazing friends. And that was my family. But yeah, it's a lot of sacrifices. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing for somebody born and raised here. So you can just imagine for somebody who just came from with nothing to a completely different country, especially like New York. So it's been, but I'm proud of everything I ever made and every, my decision of taking the hard way, but, the whole, going all the way with things and putting 100% in it. So I don't regret a thing.
Awesome. And I give you huge props because that was a very courageous thing. I mean, just to move over here like that, I think that's awesome. Because I can't think of any Americans that would just, nobody I know anyways, that just up and move to another country, not even knowing what they were getting themselves into. So
yeah. It's. I think sometimes you don't have to. For me, it's always been very spontaneous, and I went with my heart and my guts, and I always lived by my visions, and I had a lot of them since I was young. So I try to, creating a vision board and really visualizing things and really following things that I saw in my visions or what I believe in and what I wanted for myself. And one thing led to another. And I feel like sometimes you don't need to plan or think too much about stuff because you're going to get scared and, not going to do it. So you just have to, take risk and jump into it and you figure it out, You find ways to make things happen, so.
Yeah, no doubt. It's way too easy to overthink things, that's for sure.
Yeah. Because you're always going to find a reason why you can't do it and why not to do it, and, and it's just something that will stop you and hold you back.
Yep. So, okay, where can people find out more about SIMA? Where can they, or where will they be able to buy the album once it's out?
Yeah, first of all, my website is simamusic.com, and obviously everything's going to be on iTunes and CD Baby and other digital distribution, outlets. And so my website is a great way to direct people to all my other links from Facebook to Twitter and my YouTube channel. So if you go to my website, you find me in everywhere else. So pretty much simamusic.com, yeah.
Okay, and do you have merchandise for sale there too that people can buy?
Yeah, I actually have incredible T-shirts that I put, that I just did, and we did an amazing photo shoot for it that people can check out on the website. I didn't want to do the regular band, $4 T-shirts. We did amazing burnout T-shirts so people can get a quality shirts and for affordable price. And we got like my logo on it, and it's just really great shirts, and they're very comfortable. And I got some great shirts, tank tops for girls and T-shirts for girls. So we have some really great stuff on the website for people to check. So yeah.
Okay, very cool. And this is more of a personal question now, if I was to grab your iPod or your MP3 player from you right now, what kind of music would I find you listening to right now?
I've been listening to a lot of Adele, surprisingly. I've been listening to a lot of her stuff. It's interesting. I listen to a lot of jazz stuff, too, like old stuff. I like stuff like that. And it's pretty much depends on what mood I am. And, like I listen to different stuff in the morning, like jazz and Frank Sinatra. And then depends what I want to get myself into, So pretty much it's different all the time.
No, and I totally appreciate and respect that, because I tell you what, when I talk to people, and I can kind of weed out who the real musicians are, and the ones, what I consider real musicians are the ones that have very eclectic music tastes, and they don't just stick to one style of music. So
yeah, I really don't. There's nothing like that. I can say, oh, I just love this, and I always listen to this. I I like so many different things, and from hip hop even to R&B and to pop, and I love everything that just catch me in the different places. Like I just, if I work out, I listen to maybe dance music, and I listen to heavy rock, to get myself like, all, excited and all that. But when I'm home or when I'm cooking or when I want to just chill out, I just listen to jazz. I listen to, like really cool, like, when I drive my car and I open my Jeep, I like to listen to the Black Keys, like
Right.
it depends where I'm at, like what I like, what mood I want to get myself into, and that's what it's about. And like a lot of old stuff, I just like, big bands and jazz, and I think, great, like you said, great artists have a very eclectic taste. You can, and that's life too. You don't want to stay, like stuck in one thing, because then you don't grow, you don't evolve, and you don't learn.
No, and that's just, I'm going to simplify it, and it's just boring.
Yeah, true. I mean, true. I like to, I like changes. I like to, like do different things, and I like art. So I try to enrich my life with different things, and it's great.
Yep, very cool. What where do you hope to be in 2 years? What are your goals for yourself? What are you hoping to aspire here?
I want this record to get like great, recognition from, people and press, but it's more, I think for me, this record is more for myself, and finally getting stuff done that was my vision to get done for a while, and it was a dream. Especially knowing my background and where I came from, and just having that done, it's just a great accomplishment. Like I brand SIMA in a way that I can branch myself into so many different things which I'm interested in. Like that's why I did the T-shirts the way I did them, because fashion is very interested to me. And I want eventually to brand SIMA and have makeup and have every jewelry line which I start doing samples for. So I like a lot. I mean, for me, music is amazing and all that, but I like the business side of things, and I like the creative part of things, and what can I create out of SIMA, and I like to get back into acting too, because I studied in New York 4 years, and it's another part of expression for me, and express who you are. So I just want to just be SIMA and just just do things that I love to do. So if it's acting, and if it's like just doing my own things in business, like the clothing stuff and the jewelry, and hopefully makeup and all that other great stuff, and create and touring. And I would love to go to Europe, and I would love to meet people in different countries, and so and just tour. That would be amazing.
Well, and I wish you the best of luck with all that. It sounds like you have a great plan, and you know what you want. So that's good.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
So there's a lot of bands, a lot of artists out there. So what do you think sets you apart from the other 10,000 people out there trying to do the same thing?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. It's I always said I try not to think about what other people do and how they do it, and I just try to stay true to myself and do what I love to do. And if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And if success is just it's just for me I'm already successful. I think for me it's just my story. It's just different and unique, and I'm very passionate, and I'm very driven. I'm very strong, and I have a story to tell, and I think I can inspire other people with my music and with who I am and what I went through to be strong and to achieve what every goal they set to do. And I feel like I can be that person for other people, and just inspire. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about inspiring other people to be the best they can be, and to do what they love to do, and not take no for an answer. And I remember I had, artists that inspire me when I felt, whatever I was going through. And I feel like it's going to be great if I can be that person for others.
Well, excellent. And like I said before, I wish you all the best of luck with that, because after listening to your music and talking to you, I think you're going to succeed. So that's just my opinion, but hey, I can give my opinion, right?
Yeah, of course. Your opinion is very important, and, it's just a great energy to send out there, and saying that. So it's all in the making.
Yes. Okay, now it's time for a couple more less serious questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a show?
At a show? Oh, wow. Crazy thing that happened to me. I don't know if any crazy thing happened to me at a show, but I remember somebody screamed, "I want your underwear," something like that. I was wearing like those polka dot studded, shorts, underwear thing, and somebody was screaming that they want them, and I don't know if it's that crazy, but I threw a mic stand one time because I got mad about not hearing myself. The sound was bad. It just kind of helped the show.
Right.
But nothing really crazy that I can think about at this point.
Okay, so this next question, I usually gear it because usually I talk to bands and I usually have a few of the band members on the line. But this one, I'm going to just throw this right at you. How long do you spend in front of the mirror before a show?
Wow, you're asking a girl. Wow, I spent a lot of time, actually, because a lot of time. So it's not just, for me, every time I go on stage, it's a production. I don't just wear my band T-shirts or like ripped jeans or whatever. Like every time I go on stage, I wear something else, and my outfit are really put together, and it's very sexy, and there's a lot of thought into what I wear, and my hair and my makeup and everything, and the jewelry. I just love fashion, and I love that people see that it just not, you get excited by watching what's going on stage. And for me, I love the whole, part of getting ready and looking a certain way and just looking hot and whatever it is that I present. And so it takes a few hours to get that whole
Nice.
thing rolling. Yeah, and it's fun. I love those days of getting ready, and just really cool. And in between, I do my warm up, so it's crazy to be around me when I'm getting ready to go on stage. Yeah.
Very cool. And I think people appreciate that when artists do that kind of thing, because they pay money to come see an artist, and
Right. Yeah.
and I personally, I don't want to go to a concert and see somebody standing in t-shirts and the jeans. I mean, that's just me, but I expect a little more out of the show than that.
Yeah. I totally agree, because I feel like it's also respect for yourself and what you do. And I feel, for me, SIMA is not just, like I said before, it's not just the band, it's not just the music. And I always love to dress. I don't know if I ever walk around looking like whatever. I feel like it's just part of carrying yourself and taking care of yourself, and just like I love that people come to me after the show, "Oh my God, like, where did you get that piece that you were wearing?" Or like what I said about the polka dot, like, studded, underwear. It's just always unique pieces, and I love young designers, and I support it, and I order stuff from like all over Latvia and Canada, and I just love different things that I would not find on other people, and I think visual is a big part of, it's not just the song, it's not just the sound, it's not just the great musicians on stage and great vocalists. It's just the whole, you create an experience.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah, and that's why I love the whole part of really getting ready into, the show. And also you make you feel great about yourself. It's like a confidence, and, it's the whole thing.
Yep, very cool. Okay, so anything else that we haven't talked about that you would like to tell everybody that'll hear this interview?
I just would love them to find me on Facebook. I would love them to check out my YouTube videos, which I have a video for Breaking Down the Walls. and as well as contradiction, and really send a message, let me know what they think, and really stay in touch. And it's all about the love and support. So that's just find me and say something, and if you like the stuff, put a nice comment and stay in touch. And that's pretty much, and keep check the website for updates on radio stuff and promotional stuff and shows, and tours soon and all that other stuff. So that's all I gotta say.
Okay, very cool. And like I said, tonight I will I'll play all your tracks, and don't forget you're gonna send me a couple of new versions. So
yes.
And I'll get those on my show tonight, and and I'll let you know how the feedback is on them. So
thank you so much. That's awesome.
So one last thing before I let you go, would you mind making a couple of radio tags for me?
Sure.
Okay, so the first one, you can say this is SIMA, and you're listening to RockAddictRadio.com.
Okay. Rock Addict?
Rock Addict Radio, yep.
Okay. Hi guys, this is SIMA, and you're listening to RockAddictRadio.com.
Perfect. And then the second one, if you can say the same thing, but say you're listening to DJ REM at Rock Addict Radio.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is SIMA, and you're listening to DJ REM at RockAddictRadio.com.
All right, very cool. I appreciate it a bunch, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support, and please stay in touch. Let me know what people are saying about it, and I get all the stuff to you, right? The songs and all.
Yep, very cool. I look forward to it, and and maybe someday in the future we can do this again.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. You take care, and thanks again.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.